Yeah, well, it's hard to tell. All these episodes just blend together.
That's what happens when you're drunk all the time.
Like a finely mixed cocktail. It's balanced, it's blended.
What else
I would
is
say
it?
that was a really good crack there on the beer.
Well, thank you. Well, cheers, you dumb motherfucker.
Cheers, bud. Hey,
We're recording.
we're live, dude.
We're live. No offense to, what's the stupid celebrity's name that came out with Casamigos? George Clooney. No offense, George Clooney, but your tequila is fucking gross.
Is that what you're drinking?
Yes.
Are we doing sponsors first this time?
No, I just was really mad about taking that shot and not really liking it. I went to grab the whiskey and then I got one of these.
Is it because it's discounted because no one likes it anymore because it's has additives in it, which is obvious because
No,
it tastes
I
like
just have
fucking
that
vanilla?
I still have that giant bottle from the summer.
I forgot that you're up for you or Avery's on it. Yeah.
Yeah. And so I had that and it's, literally all it tastes like fake vanilla for sure.
Yeah, like it's not surprising, but like, you know what? As a not super often tequila drinker, I really don't mind it. Like I like it. Like Sparkle Donkey is one of my favorites, and that is obviously full of fake shit.
Well, you're a child, that's why.
Sorry,
Well-
fucking old man grumpy over here, dude.
Well, I shouldn't be grumpy because the Broncos just
Mr.
won.
Grump. Super solid.
Hello,
dude.
everyone. Welcome to your favorite episode of Joyful Peter and Grumpy Ass JB. This is another wonderful episode of Horror Whiskey Company. I'm your
nailed it.
favorite whore, Jamie. Like I said, that's your
And I'm
whore
your
over there.
second favorite whore.
That's your second favorite whore, Peter.
Hey,
The one that talks a lot. I'm the one that
Peter.
drinks a lot. Welcome to a wonderful episode. Like I said, in this episode, we're going to go over a couple updates on true crime. We have a couple new news things for horror news that we want to talk about. Fill them in, Peter. You know way more than I do.
yeah, for sure. Tonight, we're going to do a couple updates on Luigi Mangione, who we've already covered, as well as Rex Heuerman. We have a couple true crime stories / mysteries from your area, Jamie, as well as we're in the middle, like the heart of spooky season. And I know that we always say, oh, it's spooky season for us all the time. But like, I really do feel it. I make an effort to be more spooky in this season. So we're going to cover all these good, awesome horror movies, horror series, all kinds of cool stuff that we've been watching through this fantastic season, maybe the best season of the entire year. It's the best. And then I got some cool, fun questions from the crypt for Jamie.
Of the year.
Yeah, sweet. But yeah, that's
All
the
right,
episode,
well,
dude. Thanks for tuning
Let's
in,
go.
guys.
Well, I'm gonna pretend like that tequila didn't straight just go to my head.
Hey.
I'm going to go right into my sponsors.
Go for it, dude.
So I have
This episode goes out to anyone who only took one shot and because their little baby back bitch is like, oh, it went straight to my head. I don't think I should have another for a little bit. Maybe I'll have some water.
Ooh. No, I'm not going to do that. I'm just saying I was just letting you know that it went straight to my head.
Yeah, I know. I love that though.
I've also been drinking all day.
Yeah, dude, it's
Sorry.
football season.
Football season, Sundays for drinking.
Congratulations, your Broncos won.
Wow.
And my
Record.
Broncos also won, so I'm pretty pissed off about it.
Why do you still hate the Broncos, John?
You know what? What I realized is that you love the Broncos so much that, and it's I don't know if I've ever told you this personally, but we also play in two fantasy leagues together. And about the one league, I literally don't care anything about. I don't care who wins and loses, but I really do love to see you lose in the O'Neill's fantasy league. I just want you to know that you are the one person that I root against routinely. You and Jimmy, actually.
Why? Because we've
I don't
won the
know.
most.
I don't know if that's necessarily true. Maybe that is true, actually.
Because I've won
it's
2
just
years
so
out of
much
the 4
more
years we've
fun.
had it.
It's just so much more fun. So, but anyways, I feel like you should know that, and I think that's why I continuously also have decided to root against the Broncos because I just like rooting against you, man.
You've been rooting against the Broncos longer, from the first time I've known
For
you.
sure, but John Elway's not involved anymore. There's no reason for me to really do it other than like, really, you're the only person I know that even cares about the Broncos anymore.
Really?
So now I'm just to spite you, I root against them.
Makes you feel better. I'm the only person I know now that cares about the Broncos.
And I'll give you credit for that. So, they may be awful at times, not today, definitely last weekend, even though they still won. But you know what? You show up every single week and cheer on your team.
For forever, dude. All right. Well, instead of talking about football, because this is a horror movie show, I'm going to talk about Pacifico, what I'm drinking. That's probably pretty
Yep, same
boring
here.
that we always drink that. Is that the
Hey, man.
same 12-pack from the last time that we podcasted together?
Yeah, for sure, dude. I drink liquor.
So that's like, well, how come you don't drink liquor on the show then? You just like to drink beer because it's there?
Yeah, for sure. Cause you do it. And also like if I'm I'm just drinking, like I also drink it pretty fast. And when I drink beer, it slows me down so I can make it through these episodes coherently.
That's stupid.
I have
Why
to
would you wanna
read a
do that?
lot on this show. And after 9 Jamesons, it's really hard to read.
That's
Not
what she said.
impossible. I can do it. Was that what she said?
Well, why don't you do like seltzers like you used to?
I'm over it.
Fair enough.
Yep. Anyways,
So you're also drinking.
yeah, I got Pacifico as well. I think that goes without saying, but I'm getting close. I think I have 2 left. So, and it's still got the last little. We'll probably finish this one up here. Keeping it real. Rittenhouse Rye on the sly.
Sweet rhyme, dude.
Hey, dude, I try my best.
Oh, sweet.
Any other sponsors? Did anybody send any cool things? I feel like every now and then you get cool stuff, and no one bothers to send me cool
just
stuff.
that jug of that giant 1.75 liter Casamigos that
You
I
just
still
keep working
cannot-
hard on it, dude. I believe in you.
Ugh,
I think you can
I
do
hate
it.
Thank you.
Okay, I think we're just going to jump straight into updates. So, Rex Heuerman, who is the Long Island serial killer,
Allegedly, like we said last time,
allegedly,
he's not,
yeah, for sure.
he's
He
not-
hasn't been proven to have committed any of these crimes. So, we mentioned
the
that all
shoe
of his crimes
crimes.
are being tried at the same time, kind of thing. But what else is there was a huge thing about this case where they were using a certain type of, we've talked about this before, but DNA profiling, where they used to take it and it was involving like nuclear DNA versus, I have the notes written up here. Give me just a sec.
What's nuclear DNA? It's like Toxic Avenger, the new movie that came out.
Kind of just like that. Yeah. It's pretty crazy.
Did you watch that at all?
No, I haven't.
The original?
No, I haven't
You've
seen
the
either
original,
of them.
right?
No,
You've seen the original? I would
No,
struck
dude,
you as like a trauma
I'm not
kid.
like super old. I'm
I bet
old,
you-
but like you're like really old.
I assume JD probably made you watch trauma movies.
I've definitely seen some of the trauma movies. I have not seen Toxic Avenger though.
It's like the one that started it. That's crazy to me.
Well, I guess now I have something else to watch. I know that it's on Amazon.
Well, the new one is. Yeah, I don't know if the old one.
No, I think the old
ones are
one
too.
is. Yeah, I think the new one's maybe in theaters or something like that. But the old one
Probably
I
should
know
start out with Class of Nukem High.
I've always wanted to watch that one. I think I even have that one on the queue.
Pretty good.
Back to,
There you
we're going to
go.
reel it back. All right, Rex Heuerman. So nuclear DNA will be allowed in court. Now, nuclear DNA is this cutting edge DNA identification system that can be used with much smaller trace amounts of DNA to be way more exact. And it's the first time in a New York courtroom that this type of DNA will be allowed. So kind of a big deal with these, because the bodies were left out in the open and not like, in Gacy's case, like preserved under his house. And like lots of times you see like bodies that get preserved because the killers will keep them in a certain place that does so. These bodies were left in the open. So there's not a ton of DNA that is remaining with cases that are up to 20 years old at this point or older, even stretching into the 90s kind of thing. So they are allowing this new DNA that's never been used before. And it's a huge deal because it pretty much guarantees us that it's him. If this wasn't going to be allowed, the defense would have a little bit more to work with and saying like, hey, we don't have the DNA for these crimes that occurred in the late 90s, early 2000s kind of stuff. That is all being accepted now. So for those, especially the old ones, well, I guess for all of them, because they're all pretty deteriorated. None of these bodies were found and tested right away. So bummer for Rex Heuerman. Good for the state and the prosecutors, because it's a big deal that they were able to get this and have the judge allow it. So yeah, I don't know. You got anything on that?
No,
just a little update.
First I heard. It's kind of confusing.
Yeah, dude. So yeah, it's just we've talked about the like DNA forensic genealogy thing. They were able to tie it to Rex Heuerman through this nuclear DNA versus the other kind. I'm not a scientist. I don't know. I could have looked it up, but I didn't. But it's a better type of DNA that can sequence gene segments in a more deteriorated specimen or something like that. So it allows them to go even further back. So if they're allowing this, again, just like we saw with the, who am I thinking of out in California, the initial case that kind of started this whole forensic genealogy thing.
The one with Patton Oswalt's wife.
Yeah.
Oh, what's the killer name? I don't know the one you're talking about.
Yeah, the
I don't
East Area
remember.
rapist, Golden State Killer. It's kind of similar type of breakthrough. If this is allowed into courtrooms in other places, and they're like, if this is allowed now in courts, it's huge because they can go back and to cases that were 50 years old and potentially get DNA that can be sequenced and actually admitted into court for it. It's what's been holding people off from even trying because they weren't sure if it could ever be used in court. And why spend all of this money if it doesn't really get you anywhere? Huge deal, really big for the forensic community for sure. So I imagine we'll see a lot of cases getting solved through this nuclear DNA. Another case that we're going to update on is Luigi Mangione. We talked about this. He was the guy that shot down the United Healthcare CEO in New York, and the FBI took like multiple days to find him. From what I've seen,
Also,
his defense,
resident in hottie.
apparently,
A lot of people,
ladies
sparked
like
at it. I don't know.
yeah, I guess
do you
not
remember
just
that?
ladies.
Like,
I guess.
people,
Yeah, no,
dudes
people
right
really
too.
digging Luigi's
People are like,
look,
this
man.
is the hottest guy in the world.
It's
Any
the
murder
eyebrows. It
CEOs.
must be.
Sorry to
But
interrupt
anyways,
for such riveting.
yeah, so his defense has done really well. It was being preceded as like, or going forward as a federal charge because the case happened in New York. They caught him across state lines in Pennsylvania, right? Another reason that it was deemed a federal case was because they were charging him with domestic terrorism. And from what I've seen and argued, it's pretty likely that both of those charges will be dismissed. So the across state lines thing means like they were saying that he stalked his victim across state lines. So that is being shown to be kind of, for lack of a better word, bullshit. That just because he traveled across state lines to kill the guy doesn't mean that it's a federal case, right? They're not going to have multiple charges between Pennsylvania and New York. The crime committed in New York, he's going to be charged in New York. So the federal, and then they've also pretty much been dismissive of the domestic terrorism charges as well, from what I've heard. Again, a lot of this is a little bit hearsay, but from the court records, it seems that the judges starting to favor dismissing any of the federal charges, allowing this to go back to New York State. So that's a huge deal. Another thing is, so what that does is it pretty much takes it out of the hands of Pam Bondi, who is the Attorney General for the Trump administration, who has, for whatever reason, decided to weigh in a ton on this case and say that we're going to kill this guy no matter what kind of thing. Sends it back to the New York State Attorney General, who I'm not sure who that is right now. I don't believe it's still Letitia James, but I could be wrong. Attorney General in New York, Letitia James. Look at me go.
There you go.
So anyways, another thing with Luigi is that his confession when they finally caught him in a McDonald's in Pennsylvania is being called into question because he's claiming he was never read his Miranda rights. You know, the one says you have the right to attorney, you have the right to stay silent, anything you can't say would use a good court of law, blah, 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 blah.
Mhm.
Apparently, he was never read these things. So anything that he admitted to in police custody was dismissed. Also, they apparently searched his backpack where they found the gun and all this without receiving permission from Luigi himself and without receiving a warrant. So anything that they found in the backpack could also be thrown out for evidence. It's kind of crazy. This case could, like, I don't know how, but it could potentially like turn out into a mistrial or he'll get off completely if this
no
evidence
way.
isn't allowed in. Dude, his confession could potentially be thrown out, and the evidence that they found of the gun could also be thrown out.
They won't let it though. I guarantee it.
I don't think so, but it's crazy. I mean, like if you can't admit those things into the trial, it's, I mean, what they don't have any evidence of him committing the crime. They have a picture of him in Grand Central Station or Union Station. I can't remember which one's in New York. But other than that, like, what do they have? I guess I don't know. I'm not asking you as the lawyer, you know what I mean? But
no, I know.
I'm just thinking out loud. But if both of
Yeah,
those,
but
if
like-
the gun is thrown out and the confession is thrown out, that's pretty wild. And I don't know what other evidence they have, those are huge losses for the prosecution.
Yeah, they'll still find a way.
I imagine so as well, but they're going to have a much tougher road ahead if this is true. Also, these are being filed. The big thing is that we're going to get to see police camera footage of this. He may give consent, and he may have been read his Miranda rights. They may just be gumming up the works with these claims, but these claims have been filed in the court.
No. Well, the internet lying too, that'd be crazy.
That'd be wild. Well, I don't think the internet's necessarily lying, but the fact that he may be just like the defense team may just be throwing this in there just to scare the shit out of people and to try to curry some favor. This case, for the most part, has already been decided in the public opinion. And if you can throw the public opinion in a disarray, I don't know. Could be worth.
We'll see.
Could be worth a lot.
I'm on the side of I'd be cool with him getting let out, even though like with mental help kind of thing.
Yeah.
It's still like,
I don't know.
Like point blank.
I don't know.
Like
You can't just murder people.
Exactly. You can't just shoot someone just because you don't agree with the company that the person works for.
Yeah, I don't agree with that company either, but I don't think you should be murdering those people.
Or it shouldn't be celebrated.
Yeah.
I mean, like the fact that they celebrated this guy killing a CEO is like obviously just shows just how much fucked up turmoil or hell on earth we really have right now.
Yep. Speaking of which, Jamie, I think we're ready to transition into Hell on Earth. You want to hit us up with your story?
Yeah. So human remains were found in a disappearance of a beauty pageant hopeful, Kata Scott, Philadelphia. So authorities in Philadelphia discovered a human remains believed to be those of 23-year-old Kata Scott, who has gone missing since October 4th after leaving her job at a nursing home. So there's a 21-year-old suspect. His name is King Kong.
No, it's not. Are you fucking with me?
E-O-N.
No,
it's Kong King. I'm sorry, that's my dyslexia. It's Kong King. King Kong. Kong King.
Dude,
oh my God.
This is not real. All right. What is...
Shut up. So K-E-O-N King.
Keon.
Kong King. Keon?
It's Keon.
See, I'm so bad with words. I'm such an idiot.
King Kong did it.
So Keon King.
Thank you. Thank you.
I'm going to cut all that out in the edit. Yep. Keon King has been charged with the kidnapping her and turning himself in following police identification.
Oh, he turned himself in?
Yeah, he turned himself in following the police like grabbing him. So
okay, I
don't know what that means. It says following police identification. So
they pretty much said, "Hey, we're looking for this guy." What else you got on this?
The remains were found behind an abandoned school building in East Germantown after anonymous tip. So that's in Philadelphia, home of
Weird. It was an anonymous tip. They're like, "Hey, I don't know.
Hey, there might be some remains over here." Just in case you want to go check it out.
if you were worried, if there would be, there is.
I think of like on Big Daddy, where the guy's like, hey, throws that tennis ball. He's like, hey, meet me in the showers in 10 minutes if you want to hear more about deeds. Yeah. He's like washing his ass. That's what I think of. So, yeah. So Scott repeatedly had been receiving harassing phone calls prior to her disappearance. Authorities are still awaiting formal confrontation of the remains identified, investigating possible links to other victims by the same suspect. Ooh, plot thickens. So why does this matter? The case touches on both violent crime and alleged pattern of harassment, raising concerns about stalking and victim protection. No shit.
Yeah, really? That's crazy. Because I was also looking at this case.
Yeah.
Wasn't he like... weren't there videos of him like tied to like a previous missing person that like he was like seen peeking in their windows or something?
I didn't see anything about it.
I think this was something I saw that was like a TikTok video had surfaced this, which obviously means that it's completely not verified at all. We should say that.
Oh yeah, it's definitely true for sure. Judging King by his Kong name, that could easily be a name that they made up.
King Kong. No, it's King Kong, dude. Sorry, I can't not.
Okay. In the days before her disappearance, Scott told friends and family she was receiving the harassing phone calls from an unknown individual. The investigation was elevated to a homicide, or wasn't elevated to a homicide until the Philadelphia Police Department and other agencies, although authorities have not yet clarified the case of confirmed. What am I reading right now?
I don't know what you're reading, dude. You've had that shot did go straight to your head.
So Keon King's bail is set at $2.5 million.
That's so much money.
So King has had, shocker, has had prior charges involving kidnapping and strangulation of women. But this one was dropped in court because the victim failed to appear in court.
Because they did?
They didn't. They didn't show up in court, so this guy got dropped.
I was asking, is it because the victim's dead? Like, hey, I didn't show up for my court date because I'm dead. My bad. Well, that's an utterly terrific story, Jamie. As in terrific, meaning like super bummer.
Yeah, that's pretty much it. Anonymous tip. This guy turned himself in.
I know it's really big. It was a huge deal. I know it went super viral because
not a lot of
it came across my feed, and I try not to. I don't know. I guess I pay attention to true crime, but you know, I can't stand Nancy Grace. She's awful.
She's so mean,
but she does break so many stories that I want to hear about. So I guess I love to hate her. She's kind of like the Broncos, where like I kind of have to watch every game, but I don't like them at all. Nancy Grace and the Broncos, same, just different.
It's also kind of like politics.
Yeah, I don't want to pay attention.
One of you, but
I have to. I need to know.
Like for some reason, I just want to listen to Ted Cruz for 5 minutes. I'm like, you're a fucking moron, dude. But
yeah, it's like, but it's the same thing. Like Nancy Grace is like, this is how I learned about this story that you're talking about. It's because Nancy Grace brought it up, and she was like the most disrespectful person I've ever heard on any type of news. She's awful. She's so mean and just like has no basis for anything, but she breaks everything. It's crazy. Like news-wise,
Alex Jones or Tucker Carlson.
Nancy Grace, I think, is meaner than both of them. I don't think that those guys are necessarily mean. I think that the part of their business is like not being mean. Alex Jones is. I don't even know if we're allowed to say his name anymore. We might get like demonetized just because of that.
You have to be monetized.
Not like we're being monetized. Yeah, let's get monetized and then we can get demonetized. That's when we'll really have a celebration.
Sounds good.
So that story took place in Philly. I got another Philly story, and I'm surprised you haven't heard about this one. Ellen Greenberg was a 27-year-old school teacher who was found dead in her apartment in 2011. So quite a while ago. She was found to have suffered 20 stab wounds, yet her death actually is in the last, we'll get to it, but it's been up to 23 stab wounds, but her death was ruled as a suicide. Now, this case has riddled true crime community since its beginnings, but we have just now had another huge update in the case. So I'm going to start from the beginning. So Ellen's fiance, Sam Goldberg, comes home to find the apartment door latched from the inside. He reportedly spent multiple texts and tried to call to get in, and then he broke the door down. There's a locked apartment. There's no sounds inside. And then he finds his fiance, Ellen, in the kitchen with literally 20 stab wounds.
Jesus.
There's 10 to her back and also her like side and back of her neck. So there's like some in the front, some in her back, some in like the side of her neck. And then there's also multiple bruises that the ME finds on her body. I'm not totally sure. So like, obviously, Jamie, I'm sure you can see this is going to puzzle anyone who's like, why is this being immediately ruled a suicide, right? The biggest reason is because the fiance claims that the door was locked. No one was in the place when he got there, so no one could have done anything, right? Like no one could have gone into the place. The door was locked. He had to bust the door down. So the initial medical examiner, Marlon Osborne, first ruled the death actually as a homicide and then met with the police chief in Philadelphia and then changed it to suicide. Now, I don't have any, and there's never been any evidence that ties the fiance to, for whatever reason, anyone that's tied into this case or like investigating the case. So we can kind of, I guess, rule protection of like protecting this kid because he's a son of a police officer or whatever kind of thing. There was also this huge snowstorm that happened on that same night, which is why the investigation of the case was so lackluster. The family is fighting super hard to get this case re-examined, and they do have it re-examined by private investigators. Cyril Weck, who is a well-known, like, he's done tons of cases. I don't have any of the cases loads that he's done, but he has been a private forensic investigator on tons of cases that he's like internationally known. The pathologists, though, Joshua and Sandra Greenberg, file a civil case against the city pretty much for not investigating their daughter's death properly, claiming that the case was mishandled from the start and officials may have faced political pressure to close it and not have to deal with it because of such shoddy police work. In that case, we get it pretty much. The fact what happens is the judge grants a re-examination of the case, and they have this new guy go in, and he pretty much all but affirms what the original suicide clarification was by the guy that already said, one, that it was a homicide to begin with, then was pressured into suicide, and then came back again and said, hey, no, it definitely wasn't suicide, is what his thing was. He didn't say homicide, but he said that it was she died from something. This is the original medical examiner. Died from something outside of suicide. This new ME comes in and pretty much says, nope, the original filing was correct. None of this is wrong. And it's this crazy case. Like, I don't know. I didn't even get into all of it, but the main things were that she was found by her fiance. She was like stabbed 20 times, claimed that it was suicide, in the back and in the back of the neck and the back of the head. The back of the head, there's this crazy, like, extremely powerful hit, which, like, I don't know if you've ever tried to hit yourself in the back of the head. It's not super easy. And then there's this stab wound that's severs the spinal cord in her back. And apparently the new ME claims that that was done by the original ME accidentally. Stabbed the corpse and cut her spinal cord.
Jeepers.
I don't know. This case is absolutely nuts. I feel like it's one that I want to keep updating people on, but at this point, I really don't know a whole lot of recourse that the family even has, considering that they have gone through every single legal channel and it's routinely fucked them over for the most part. It's just this crazy story, and I'm not going to point any fingers, but there's definitely some weird things that are going on with the case that aren't being examined, and it seems like it's a police cover-up of incompetence more than anything, to where the police have kind of just decided that, hey, we really don't want to admit that we fucked up this whole investigation, so we're just going to rule it a suicide and no one really has to worry about it. If anything comes of this, we'll update it, but I don't really know what else the family has.
Jesus.
So, yeah.
Yeah, I have nothing. That blows my mind.
You're going to be our ears on the ground, dude. I'm going to send you out and you're going to have to interview police officers and stuff like that.
I can't.
Are you tight with the Philadelphia PD? Can you get in on this?
No. I walk past
Can
it.
you try, though?
No.
Oh, okay.
Hey guys. It's a
Hell of a true crime podcaster you are, dude. I've seen tons of movies with true crime podcasters and they all want to know, dude.
Yeah, to live. What was it? Live, Love, Slash. What was the podcast on?
And it should have been, Live, Laugh, Slash, or Live, Laugh, Die. I can't remember what it was. Dang it! I'm trying to open my beer and I just can't quite get the. It's this really cool army man. Can you see this?
No, I can't see you at all. You look like a.
Anyways, it's this cool army man bottle opener, but he just can't quite get under the lip.
Use your teeth, Ted.
No, I can, but I'm not going to. I got in trouble for that, and I'm not going to do it again.
I'm not going to.
Jamie, what do you think? I know that you finished the Ed Gein series. I know we talked about it a little bit last time. Was I right?
Were you right? Kind of.
Okay.
I watched all of it, and there were parts that I liked. Yes, I tried to take it for face value, and it was fine. I think it was definitely my least favorite of the Monsters series.
Okay.
Even though I thought it was going to be my favorite.
Yeah, I thought the Menendez one was really good. Obviously, it was played up extremely well and had like a heartbreaking story at in the heart, like at the middle of it.
Mm-hmm.
But did you see what I was saying? Where like the story bothered me initially. for the first like couple episodes, I was like, what the fuck? This is like just not even factually accurate. But it becomes kind of what the series is claiming it is that like these stories become the stories that make monsters, right? And it's not necessarily about what actually happened. It's about what people think happened. Like the Menendez brothers, like no one really got into the fact that like forever people just assumed that they were just shitheads that killed their parents because they were shitheads. And then you get to kind of open that up a little bit and see what the real story is. This is kind of like the exact opposite of that, where like they presented all these crazy things that didn't happen to make a better monster that is
Yes.
probably the most influential character on Hollywood horror, like as far as serial killers go. Do you think?
I don't think there's anyone else that they've based more like killers off of. No,
That's what I mean.
Yeah. They kind of like, it's kind of weird. Like they did the Alfred Hitchcock thing for like 2 or 3 episodes, and then they just
get Toby Hooper.
Well, they did like maybe like there was like 30 or 40 seconds of one episode about that. And then there's maybe 22 seconds about Silence of the Lambs, which is like, okay, they're kind of showing that everyone kind of like based things off of, but that was kind of it.
Yeah.
I did think that the first 2 episodes, I think, pissed me off because they weren't factual, because after that, like there's nothing else for them to do. Like they literally, that's it. Like he was speculated to killing his brother.
Yeah.
When we didn't know if he did. And then he had his 2 murders and that's it. Like, you know what I mean? That's why there was like so many episodes at the end where it like kind of like explained him like after being arrested and not knowing what he did.
Yeah.
And kind of like
so I
going
haven't finished
into-
it, but like I can't remember if it's episode 4 or 5 or what it is, but like they have the whole Texas Chainsaw Massacre thing where he chases the guys through the woods with the chainsaw and shit like that.
Yeah.
Like that fucking never happened.
Or there's also nothing else comes from it.
Yeah. But it is the influence of like The Mask specifically. That 100% happened, right?
Yes.
But he's going to blow up, you know, and they show Toby Hooper being a kid at a dinner table, and his next door neighbor or his cousin or whatever grew up 3 doors down from Ed Gein and heard the stories of him chasing people through the woods and cutting them up with chainsaws so that he could wear their faces. Like it never happened, but the story blows up to that point.
Yeah. I can see that. What episode are you on?
I think I'm at 4 or 5 or 6. I can't remember which one I'm at. I've still got some doing to do. But what I was more wondering is like, does it sit a little better with you after the first 2 episodes? Because like when I first watched it, I was like, what? Like this is not the real story. You're just making something up completely.
It was just fine. I mean, it was nice background. I wasn't like super. I think if I didn't have a podcast where I had to talk about it, I probably wouldn't have cared to finish it.
That's fair. I get that. Did you
like
watch
talking
anything
like
you
him,
did
though.
care to watch?
I watched Bring Her Back finally.
Yes. You saw it?
I watched it twice or 1.5 times.
What did you think, dude?
I think I like Talk to Me more better.
Really? Okay. Sorry, I'm
Just,
not. Talk to Me was also
just-
so fucking good, so it's not even really that much of a dig.
I just really, that lady was a psycho.
Yeah.
And that was it. Like, I
for
thought
sure.
there's, I think originality wise, these 2 are some of the best horror writers we've seen.
It's their ability to create suspense. And like, you know, I don't think, I mean, we're not going to do huge spoilers, but the movie's been out for what, 6 months now?
Yeah.
But the fact that like your lead or like one of your main leads is a blind character allows like it's so fucking genius, allowing because like the big thing with tension and suspense is like creating something that the audience knows that the character doesn't. And like it's the easiest thing to make your character blind, like legitimately blind, to create that suspense. And like I don't know why it's not done more often, but it is like you get to see it on camera and know what's happening, and it just creates this like, oh, I wish she could fucking see what was going on kind of thing. It's I
wish I guess I wish that what was the boy's name? Ollie?
Ollie.
And I wish they did more of like a possession thing, but it was also pretty cool that he was just like fucked up and tried to swallow a knife.
Yeah, nuts.
That's what I could say.
Yeah, I thought that not trying to get like too much into how ridiculous the story was or anything like that, but I thought it was so fucking good. It kept me like, it's one of those ones that like I watched it thinking maybe I was gonna fall asleep, and there was no fucking chance. Like I was like glued in. Like I was like, my heart was racing. It was, and that's like, for better or worse, like how I know that a horror movie is super good is when I put it on at 1 a.m. and I'm thinking I might fall asleep, and there's no fucking chance. And it's like 3 whatever when I'm like, I don't even think it was that long. It was like an hour and a half long movie too. I just loved it.
So I did fall asleep the last 15 minutes, and I had to rewatch it because I kept
really?
nodding off and waking up.
Yeah.
To where like
Okay.
your brain like can't catch up, even though
Yep.
you were probably I was like probably asleep for like maybe 20 seconds. But
Yep.
still like,
But you're like, what
so
is? I don't remember what the fuck is
I had
going
to
on.
rewatch it, and I was like, oh yeah, I did see all this.
Yep. Okay. Well, you watch Bring Her Back. I'm super pumped because I honestly could be my favorite movie of the year. It's going to be a tough selection as we move into the new year on how to rate anything. We've talked about it so many times.
This is going to be a way harder year.
This has been a good year.
Very well.
Other fantastic movies that I have seen this year. Have you even, I know we talked about it, you haven't seen Dangerous Animals. Have you heard about it?
Yeah, it's the shark movie.
Yeah. So it's like,
it's a Shudder movie, right?
It's pretty much primarily I'm watching things on Shudder. Bring Her Back is on HBO. Definitely go check that out. But the 2 movies I'm going to talk about are both Shudder, Amazon, or like Shudder. So Dangerous Animals was released this year.
It's Shudder. I'm pretty sure it's produced by Shudder. That's what I meant. Like it's not.
Is it a Shudder original? I don't think
Shudder,
so.
Pretty sure Dangerous Animals was produced by Shudder, and it made it to the movie theater because people were that excited about it. It's just kind of like Good Boy is the same way. Yeah.
So anyways, I'm not going to spoil anything, but it is pretty much if you took Jaws and combined it with Buffalo Bill from Silence of the Lambs. It's like not quite as creepy, but it's this really cool story where, there's. Ooh. I'm not going to go too much into any of it, but
it's super high rated. So it's holy shit.
Yeah, it's really good. It's probably my least favorite out of the movies that we're going to talk about today, but it was really, really good. I'd say definitely give it a watch. It's weird. I don't think I'm going to like spoil too much by saying that it involves this dude who kills people by shark.
Okay.
But yeah, it's super cool. Not only is it very like a good take on, sharks, which is terrifying. That's why Jaws was so scary. I also watched Jaws this week. I'm not going to talk about that. It's so good. Doing a shark or whatever, a monster, like a natural animal monster kind of thing in a new way is really cool, and I thought they did it well as the main guy and the chick are fucking phenomenal actors. They did such a good job in like mirroring who they are as people. Like they look at each other and they can like see parts of themselves in each other, and yeah, it's so cool. Definitely recommend Dangerous Animals.
So it was produced by Shudder and IFC Films.
Yep. I knew it was an IFC movie now that I'm thinking about it, because it was like got like bit or something like that at the beginning of the movie.
And looks like this guy that wrote the movie, that was his first movie he ever wrote. Nick Leppard.
Are you sure?
It says he also has something to do with this movie called Keeper. The Keeper's like not out yet. That's what it says, dude.
I'm looking. That up no, you're talking about the writer.
Yeah.
I thought you were talking about the director. So
no,
this dude, the director. Sorry, sorry.
It's okay.
The director did this movie that I really liked from the late 2000s called The Loved Ones, which is worth watching, where it's like this outback family like in Australia. So he's an Australian director, and she like the dad kidnaps people to come to her birthday party and like sing her happy birthday, stuff like that. Super good, way fucked up movie. But he directed Dangerous Animals and did The Loved Ones. So I was like, I thought that for sure. I thought you were talking about the director. But anyways.
Sorry.
Cool. Okay, so the writer has no previous experience?
No.
Good for him.
First one.
Sweet. So
yeah. Interesting.
My last one that I watched was Deadstream, and this came out a couple years ago, but it is, I feel like you are really going to appreciate this movie. You're more of a YouTube kind of guy, but it's pretty much like a YouTube influencer guy. He gets canceled. I can't remember what exactly happened in the movie. He like kind of goes into it. I think he like makes a homeless guy like eat dog shit or something like that, and the whole internet cancels him. So to get all of his followers back, he goes to a haunted house and locks himself in for 24 hours or whatever. It's a, I don't want to say it's a found footage film, but it's not as like basic as Blair Witch or what we have come to have known as like this found footage style, where he's a YouTube influencer where he has cameras all over the place. And it can kind of like, he switches on his little tablet that he's walking around with. He has like one that's right in front of his face, one that's over his shoulder, and then each room he kind of glues up like another camera. So he and you watch him physically, like, you know, it'll cut to his shoulder cam and he's like on his iPad, you know, selecting what camera for the live stream to be. But it is funny. It is it's scary enough, but like it's a fantastic horror comedy. I can't recommend it enough. Super awesome.
Deadstream on Shudder, you said.
Yep. Another Shudder.
That's where you get your Shudder from, is from Amazon, correct?
I do. Yeah, it's just tied into Amazon, which is a bummer because like I'd like to just support Shudder, but I already have Prime and it's way cheaper. So
no, it's the same price.
Is it?
I found out. Yeah,
I guess like I just would rather not do it on a separate thing.
Well, I found out that I was subscribing to Shudder in Amazon and Shudder by itself.
You fucking idiot.
Yeah, like the Rocket Money commercials. I was like, who fucking does that?
Did you do Rocket Money?
I did. No, I
see what
I was
you
like,
mean.
who fucking needs Rocket Money to like tell you if you're
what a bunch of idiots.
And I was actually paying
you were that guy
for Shudder, so that was super sick.
That's okay. They could use it.
Yeah, that's what I thought. I'm like,
at least you're not paying double for Amazon or Netflix.
Exactly.
Sweet. Any other big horror movies you've seen?
No, I watched a whole bunch of, I got stuck with them like showing, like when I clicked on something, like whatever streaming service, and they like popped up movies that I hadn't seen in a long time. And I rewatched The Witch.
Oh, sick.
By Robert Eggers.
Yep. Have you seen anything about his new Wolfman movie? It's been pretty hush-hush from what I know.
I don't think it's Wolfman. I think he's doing The Odyssey.
No, that's the dude that directed the Dark Knight trilogy, Christopher Nolan.
Christopher Nolan's? Oh, that's probably even better.
You thought Robert Eggers was doing The Odyssey? No, he's doing the Wolfman.
No, they just did a Wolfman movie.
I know. He's doing like an old folktale Wolfman.
I hate when you're right. He's definitely doing a Wolfman one.
No, I know, and Nolan is definitely doing the Odyssey and has like anyone that has been a good person in Hollywood for like the last 40 years is in it. So it should be like maybe the best movie that's ever been made.
I wouldn't doubt it. It's be like 5 hours long.
But I have not heard. So I even more so, I haven't heard anything about the Wolfman, his next project. So
it just says that
you saw The Witch. What else?
That's it. Pretty much spent most of my time.
And you had to go through the whole Gein thing.
Yeah, there's things that I need to watch Task, which is
on HBO.
On HBO Max with Mark Ruffalo.
Yeah,
it's based
it's not
in
a procedural
Philly.
thing. It's like a cop show.
Yeah,
detective
it's a show where they're like, it's definitely a true crime like detective show.
Yeah.
But it's based in Delaware County, which is where everyone that I know in Philadelphia is from.
You now hang out with. Yeah.
Everyone that's all they talk about, and all they do is spoil it. They're just like, "Oh, you never seen it?
You already know the whole story. Great, thanks."
So I plan on watching that soon.
Okay.
And I am pretty excited. So when this is out, by the time this episode's out, Welcome to Derry is going to be out.
Ooh, that looks really good.
Yeah.
That's probably one of my next reads I'll do, because I've been going through and doing some cool readings.
Reading like books. So you're going to read it?
Yeah, I think I'll go through and read it before watching this, but I won't read it. I don't have enough time to like read it because it's fucking massive. But I'll probably listen to it.
1,000 pages.
Yeah. So I'll probably go through and listen to it before I start Welcome to Derry. But from everything I've seen, it looks so fucking cool.
Well,
it reminds me a lot, though. It's like kind of the same thing as like Castle Rock. You know what I mean?
I don't know what Castle Rock is.
It's the one that is built out of Stephen King universe.
I don't know what you're talking about.
Okay. Well,
I'm excited because it's perhaps the start of these like horror movie shows
series. Yeah.
Other than like Chucky already has his own show, but I heard they fucked that up a whole bunch. So.
Yeah, I haven't seen it, but I've not heard great things.
But you know what I mean? Like we're getting the prequel. Yep. We've talked about numerous times. We're getting the prequel of Jason for his mom's. It's by Linda Carlaretti. Cardellini. Thelma. It's Thelma.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, Linda Cardellini.
And then they're supposedly someone's making a Halloween or a Michael Myers. Show, there's no other news about it as we're speaking.
We'll keep it on the burner for now.
So it sounds like A24 won the rights to Texas Chainsaw Massacre.
This is what I saw. Yeah,
not like there's no like 100% confirmed, but it is like there's 99% chance that A24 wins this,
which is awesome. But I also like don't know who's gonna get it. Like who gets it? It's A24. It's not like they're like that's a certain production or like it's a certain production team, but like a directorial team. Like they like oversee tons and tons of movies. Like I don't know. I've seen also bad A24 movies.
Yeah, dude. What was the one I told you about last year? Like, we know when it glows.
I saw the TV glow.
I saw the TV glow. I fucking hated that movie.
Yeah. So, like, good example. Like, just because A24 has it doesn't mean it's going to be good.
Yeah.
But let's hope they put someone good on it. It's, like, probably the most important IP that's been up recently, besides Weapons.
Yes.
Maybe more so. Speaking of Weapons, have you seen that Krager is doing Resident Evil? He's not watching. He hasn't seen any of the movies. He's just doing it based off the video games because he loves the video games.
Yeah, so he shot that, or he threw that out and wrote that script before even Weapons was even made.
Yeah, and then the studio greenlighted him to do it.
Yeah, and it's just from the video game. So he played. That's sick in my opinion.
Yeah, he's like, yep, I refuse to watch any of the movies. I don't want to be contaminated by them. I remember growing up and playing these video games. That's what I'm going to base it on.
That's cool. He's
fucking
cool.
So sick.
He's so cool.
Yep.
That's awesome.
Anything you're looking forward to?
Yeah.
What do you got?
We're coming very soon into Frankenstein. I'm pretty sure that's what also you're going to talk about.
Del Toro's Frankenstein. It's going to be fucking beautiful. From like, I've seen a couple trailers and like leaked footage, stuff like that. It looks fucking like gorgeous. Like the actual movie itself looks beautiful.
So it comes out Netflix, right? November 7th?
Yes. I don't have an exact date. I know that they are doing really limited theatrical release.
Yeah.
And then in November for November 7th, I think.
No, it's Netflix. Next weekend that it's coming out in theaters.
Yep. Super small, limited. Yeah. Okay, so they're probably like the 10th or the 12th.
And I don't even think it's like IMAX or anything because I was looking to find out where I'm going to go watch it.
Yeah.
So it's like I want to watch the shit in IMAX, and all I could find was like the independent movie theater like by my house. I'm like, no, I don't want it like that.
You want to know something crazy?
What?
Do you have anything else for Frankenstein?
No, ma'am. We're good.
The Bone Temple, the 28 years later second part of the trilogy, comes out January 16th, which is going to be here really fucking soon. I did not expect them to turn around this movie that fast.
Talked about it.
I knew it was already in the making, but like,
no,
they had to have been done with it
at the same time. I thought
that's crazy to have them released like within 6 months of each other. I think that was released in like June or July, right?
Yeah.
It's going to be within 6 months, which is like crazy to just turn another movie around that fast. Kind of makes me nervous.
I wonder why.
I don't know. Unless they want to like beat everyone to the punch because it's going to be the best fucking movie ever.
I hope so.
Which I don't actually. I don't know. I feel like they're rushing this, which makes me nervous.
Well, I would say that it is in the runnings of the best movie of the year for me.
Yeah.
28 years
No
later.
question. Yeah.
But the ending, like with the
and maybe that's why they're doing because everyone's like, dude, the fucking ending. So like maybe they're like, hey, we need to like get the next movie out because people are like, if we don't push this super fast, people are gonna be like, yeah, fuck that movie. It sucks.
I don't know.
The ending
like,
sucked.
It was weird that they obviously there was something they would have do it.
Yeah, it obviously led into another movie for sure.
Yeah. Well, like Back to the Future 3 came out like within a year from the second one.
Okay.
So
Okay.
maybe great masterpieces just kind of happen.
Hmm.
That's all I got. I'm tanked out.
All right. Jamie, are you ready for
Right.
questions from the crypt, dude?
No, let's skip it.
Okay. So I have a would you rather. I have 3 would you rather scenarios. We're just going to run through them real quick, okay?
Okay.
So would you rather spend one night in a haunted cabin deep in the woods or be chased around your own home by Michael Myers for an evening?
The cabin is just haunted. And
Yeah,
Michael
super
Myers isn't
haunted.
there. I would go with cabin haunted.
Okay. Haunted cabin. You think you might get out?
It's not like demons or anything, right? It's just ghosts.
I mean, yeah, okay.
Can they
yeah,
kill you?
they're just ghosts.
Yeah. Haunted.
Okay.
So with haunted things
Cool.
all the time, Michael Myers straight up kills you. In my
Yeah,
own
he
house,
uses
my house is
knives.
very small.
Ghosts don't have
My house
knives.
is
He
not-
does.
My house is not big. I'm not going far.
You're gonna have to keep hitting him. All
I
right.
guess it's like my entire apartment complex, and yeah, I could just like run up and down the stairs for a while.
You think you got that kind of endurance?
No,
Okay.
I've gotten fat, so
Sticking with the cabin.
yeah.
All right.
What about you?
All right. Number 2. No, for sure.
not
I'm
gonna
definitely
answer?
not sticking in my house. No way. Nope. I'm just gonna hang out in the cabin. I don't mind a little haunt. No way.
Not me either.
Okay. Rage virus or smile curse?
Rage virus,
Why?
because the smile curse is just like so stressful.
Yeah.
Where you're just like
Yeah.
the whole
I
time
don't
you
fucking
don't know
want anything to do with this smile curse, dude.
where you like you think you can get out of being killed, and there might be a way, and then it just never happens. And then you just
Well, who
fucking
knows?
die.
You could live for 28 years with the rage virus
Mhm.
or whatever. Okay.
Get a big old dick, dude.
Big old dong running around hunting down freaking humans, dude.
Yeah.
Sweet. Well, that's all I got for questions from the crypt, dude.
That was it, dude. All right.
That's it.
What'd you decide? Rage virus?
Rage virus for sure. I'd love it.
Oh,
Yep.
yeah.
Sign me up.
Duh, dude. All right.
Take us out
Well,
of here,
thank
Jamie.
you so much. Thank you so much for listening. If you've gotten this far, then you are one of 1% of listeners, and we appreciate it. If you hear this and you tell me this, then please let me know, and I will give you $20 from Peter's money. I'll ask Peter for money,
Thank
and
you.
then I'll give it to you.
Thank you.
Please tell all your friends to like and subscribe, and tell all your friends about this. Like, hey, my stupid friends get drunk and talk about horror, and they're like, who cares about horror movies? But you do,
We
and
do.
we love you, and thank you.
Yep.
So without further ado, please stay wicked.
Stay weird. Stay wasted.
Stay wasted. No.